Hi everyone, it's Christy from Green Eye Tarot. Today I am here to talk about the new Mabon Oracle from the Seasons of the Witch series of Oracle decks. So I do have obviously the Beltane Oracle, and then I have the Yule Oracle and the Samhain Oracle. So I do have, I guess, 4 of them now. And just to be completely transparent, and just in the interest of sharing my personal opinion and my experience with these decks, I really do not use them at all. I think maybe I took the Yule Oracle out for a little while around that time of year. But other than that, I didn't pull the Beltane Oracle out at all this year. I talk about how I don't use Oracle a lot, and this is going to be a different video that I film because it's going to be much longer, talking about Oracle decks, but I do not use Oracle that much, and for someone who doesn't use Oracle decks that much, I have quite an extensive Oracle deck collection. So that's a problem for me just in and of itself. And again, like I said, totally different conversation, but I did get the Mabon Oracle because I'm drawn to that time, like that season is definitely my season. So once we start getting into the fall, that's the time of year that I really enjoy. Fall, winter, those are really important times for me in terms of my spiritual practice and just the different holidays we're celebrating and just seasonally. So the Mabon Oracle was something that I was really looking forward to. And B, it's a different artist. And it's not to say anything against the artist who created the other 3 Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks at all. Because the artwork is really fascinating and interesting on the Beltane, the Samhain, the Yule oracles. The artwork is phenomenal in those decks, but there was a different artist used for this one, and I found myself drawn to this artwork much more. Like, you can definitely tell there's a difference in the artist, as there should be, because every artist has their own style and is going to put their unique spin on. The other thing is that the guidebook in this oracle, the Mabon Oracle, is written a little bit differently. So, and the sayings, so the words and things that are on the cards in the Mabon Oracle, the phrases make a little bit more sense to me. The Beltane, Samhain, and Yule Oracle, and the Samhain one in particular, because that was the first one in the series, the phrases, they're very poetic, which is fine, but to me, they were worded in a very confusing way. So I don't know if anyone else who has the Samhain Oracle or like the Yule Oracle had that experience, but to me, the phrases just didn't make sense to me a lot of times, like in reading them. And it could be that they were written to be more like spells, so to sound more like spells, but to me, they didn't make sense. And it didn't resonate with me. And these are more straightforward, so they make more sense to me. And I'll kind of show you, I guess, as we kind of look at these 2. I just pulled out the Beltane just because that's the newest one that I have, and probably the one I have the least experience with, to be honest. So for this one, it has the same type of box. It's created by Lorianne Anderson and Juliet Diaz. So it's the same creators, it's just different artists. But you can see this one has a really nice orange inside the box. They all sort of have different colors associated with them. And this happens to be a signed copy that I was able to purchase. So I'm super excited about that because I have a signed copy. It was signed by Lorianne Anderson. So I think that that's kind of neat. But so it's very, it's still Rockpool Publishing. The packaging is very similar. I really like the backs on these. You can see they're sort of like crows and the moon. I do like this better than the the backs of the others, the ones with like the hands. It shows like hands. So I do like the backs of these better. And of course it's gilded in this really nice shiny orange color to match the back. So I do love the colors. The coloring is amazing in it. And so this one is a little bit more similar in terms of it has these insects on the back and the moon. So this one's a little bit more similar to this one. Whereas the Yule and the Samhain have like the hands on the back of the cards. And then this one has like this really nice sort of like gold color for the Beltane Oracle. So yeah, so they are very similar, but the artists are completely different. So you can definitely see that there's a little bit different. They have the same feel. They definitely have the same feel, even though the artists are different. So the artist on the Beltane Oracle is Giada Rose, and she's the one who did the other two as well. And the artist on the Mabon Oracle is Tiana Lukovic. And I hope I'm saying that right. But so there's definitely a difference in the artwork. So this is the Mabon Oracle, and like I said, this is the Beltane. So this is still in order. This one's probably shuffled around because I'm pretty sure I at least shuffled this deck and used it a little bit when I first got it, but did not pull it out during the season that it corresponds with this year. So this is Apothecary Cabinet. Without practice, without befriending them, they are strangers in your path. So that, to me, is very straightforward. And the Beltane says, wear your power proudly and unapologetically, for it is your birthright and is eternal like the soul. So those are very straightforward. I found the ones that are on the Samhain in particular and the Yule to be very like confusing. And like I said, I don't know if it was just me, but I found them to be a little bit, they were worded like a little bit strangely. So it took more for me to really kind of get the meaning out of them, if that makes sense. This says apple of my eye. So the artwork is not too different, but you definitely can see subtle differences in the way the art has been created, and just even like the colors and the figures that are, that are in the deck. But I do really like the Mabon Oracle. Something just about the artwork speaks to me a little bit more. And like it's very like folk. It's very folk art to me. This one, the Mabon Oracle. Cacao. I definitely, like I said, I resonate more with that time of year. So it may be why I didn't really connect with the Beltane Oracle. And it's one of those things that, in hindsight, you should really think, okay, why am I getting this? Am I just getting it because I have all the other ones? The Season of the Witch. And honestly, I've been seriously considering rehoming the other three because I don't use them and they don't really connect with them and they don't really resonate with me. So I'm seriously considering rehoming the three and just keeping this Mabon Oracle, just because I think for me, this one, it just connect with this one more. And I can see myself using this at other times of year and like at different periods, not just during this season. So I feel like this one's a little bit more versatile for me, the Mabon Oracle. Corn Maze. Although your path is unclear, it is there waiting for your faith to lead you. And like this one says, honey, the sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pull, oh so beautifully lethal. So like, again, I just feel like maybe it's the way they're worded. I don't really connect. These to me are a little bit more straightforward. It could be that you like the way they're worded, and then they sort of really make you think. For me, it's just a little bit of a struggle to connect. So this says coven. I am you and you are me. When we come together, we are all we seek. So to me, that's very straightforward. I, can pull meaning from that without it being, confusing. I like this card, Inner Power. Cranberries. I just, like I said, I typically connect more with this time of year. And to me, the Samhain Oracle and this one feel very similar. And I probably should have done a side-by-side of those two, now that I'm like thinking about it. Because to me, they feel very similar, this Mabon Oracle and the Samhain. And that's why I feel like I don't need both. Darkness Falls. But I do love the art style in this one. Like I said, it's not vastly different, but it's different enough where I see the difference, and like I said, I connect more with this type of artwork. I think it's sort of the darker colors, which obviously represent sort of that entering into that darker period, that darker half of the year. So it would make sense. So maybe it's just my own personal connection with that time of year. But Foraging, I love this card. It just has a very folk art feeling, which is more my aesthetic. This is very beautiful. Like I said, the artwork in the other decks is very beautiful. It's not knocking the art at all. I just connect with. And the more I think about it, the more I think about how I use Oracle and how I don't find myself reaching for the other seasons of the Witch Oracles. So this is, again, just sort of me having to work through being intentional with what I'm bringing in to my collection so that I know that I'm actually going to be using it. I love this Harvest Witch. Haunted House. So to me, this has a very Samhain feel. Kitchen Witchery. And maybe it's too just like my spiritual practice and the way I practice witchcraft, because I do identify as a witch. It might be why I'm drawn more to this Mabon Oracle. All of them are very witchy because it's Seasons of the Witch. But to me, this reflects more of me. And I can see myself more in this Mabon deck. Maple Tree. I do love this Rowan card. I'm almost tempted to pull the cards I like the most out of the other three decks to make one deck, sort of a Wheel of the Year deck. That might be something that that I can do. Just looking at it now, sort of pull the decks that the cards that I connect to out of the other three decks, and make one Wheel of the Year deck. That might be something that would really work for me. And a way for me to hang on to some of the other, some pieces of the other ones that I connect with. But this Mabon Oracle, I really do like it. I'm really happy that I got it. Because honestly, I was like, I don't use the other ones. I don't know if I'm going to get the Mabon Oracle. And then the image on the front of the box, and then when I read about the artist and just sort of the differences, I decided to definitely go ahead and get it. And these are mass market decks, so they're readily available. They're I believe, pretty affordable. I feel like it's really just, it comes down to if you're going to use them, and that's where I'm at in my practice is if I'm not going to use it and it's just going to sit on the shelf, then I don't need to keep it. And that's just my personal choice. I love this Scarecrow card. There's something really whimsical about this Mabon Oracle that to me I don't see in the others. I feel like this one probably comes closest. The Beltane Oracle I feel comes up maybe closest to this one, but I don't in the Samhain and the Yule. And Yule is such a special time of year for me. I have such a winter soul, so it's sad that, like, to me, I don't connect to that Yule Oracle. There are definitely cards that I really like the Silent Night card in that deck. So there's definitely cards that I like in that deck. I feel like if I'm going to hold on to one, it'll probably be the Yule Oracle. But I like the idea of pulling the cards that resonate with me and keeping those and making just a Wheel of the Year deck out of them. I love this. Tea Magic. So that might be definitely something to consider. Look at this cow. Toad. I like the toad that it's on her head. Observe for those who watch, see all. It's great. I love that. That's a great quote to go with that. Tobacco. I love that. Whiskey. I love that card. I love whiskey. Not too often. I definitely don't partake in whiskey too often, but I do like whiskey. I kind of like the way it burns going down. Witch's Gathering. Witch's Rosary. I love this. The Witch's Ladder. Definitely speaks to me, this one, the Mabon. Whoa. So yeah, the Mabon Oracle is definitely one that I can see myself using way more often and in different ways, and it being more of a part of my practice than the other ones. Like I said, I might keep the Yule Oracle, but I think this one for me really stands out. So it has a guidebook, very similar, because it's the same creators. It's very similar to the other guidebooks that you see from the other decks. So it does talk about, using them as intention cards or just daily guidance, altar cards, setting them up that way. It does have spreads. I like this Darkness Falls spread. They always have really neat spreads in these little guidebooks that relate to the season they're talking about and the theme of the cards. So it does have the keywords and a little color image of each of the cards. So Apothecary Cabinet says tools, a need to develop skills, hard work. And then it has the phrase that's actually on the card is here, and then it goes into the meaning. I like this connecting to your tools ritual. So I love how these guidebooks include little spells or rituals that you can do with some of the cards. I love that aspect because, like I said, I do identify as a witch, so that's something that I can definitely pull that in as part of my spiritual practice. So I do love that they incorporate that into these decks. But I just think this Mabon Oracle is really, really, really the one I connect with. And it's probably going to be the only Seasons of the Witch Oracle that I do keep in my collection. But yeah, it's a really nice deck. I'm glad that I have it before that season comes, so I can really kind of get to know it a little bit better and then pull it in during that time, of course. So that is the Mabon Oracle from the Seasons of the Witch series. And again, this is a different artist. So the other 3 decks were created by Giada Rose as the artist. And this artist on the Mabon Oracle is Tiana Lukovic. So like I said, you can get this at most, obviously, places where they sell mass market decks, because this is readily available, published by Rockpool. And please let me know in the comments if you have the Mabon Oracle, if you plan on getting it, if you don't plan on getting it, if you have the other ones, do you use them? Do you find yourself connected to them? Do you really pull them out and use them, especially during those seasons and during those special days and those Sabbaths? And just let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Like I said, I do love this. I really love the artwork. So I'm happy I brought it in. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.